blue. Oops.
Morning, Sam. Morning, Hayden. Okay, not morning, almost. Well, no, it's still morning. Got 4 minutes. Morning, Nevia.
Morning.
Okay, we're going to start right away with Amplify Lesson 2.2 warm-up.
Mouse. Mouse.
Let's do money.
Oh, I got one.
Let's do money.
Money is
M.
All right, so lesson 2.2. Just a reminder, as we're going through the Amplify lessons, I would expect you to be working on your Amplify lessons as we're going through them. So like yesterday, we went through 2.1, and then when I looked to see grades and things for 2.1, not everyone had started some things on 2.1. So as we're working on it, if you don't get it done as, you know, that day, or if you haven't even started on what we're talking about in class, kind of leads me to believe that, I don't know, you have another screen open and you're just playing the games and I can just see you and you're not really doing what you're supposed to. So make sure as we're going through the Amplify lessons that that's what you're working on. Yeah? Okay, so we're going to go through Amplify 2.2 today. Start with the warm-up. So open that up, and then so after we're done with the warm-up, I should be able to look and see that everyone has it done. All right? Got it? Because that's what we're working on right now. I don't want to talk about it and then you're like, oh, I'll do it later. That's what you should be working on right now. All right? So I'm going to share my screen, 2.1. Maybe. So 2.1 shows us that picture. And then a couple questions. Says, in this photo, what's similar about the appearance of the moon and the appearance of the stone sphere above the post? Braden?
Their shadows basically the same, like the way the sun is shining on them.
Yeah, they're in the same phase, right? They're both in the same phase. The dark shadows are both in the same spot in each one, right? And that's probably, you know, a real good observation right there, right? We could say they're, you know, probably both spherical, okay? But okay, Ethan, welcome. We're gonna work on 2.2, right? And just reminding, as we're working on the Amplify lessons, that's what you should be working on. So 2.2, the warm-up. Braden just said that if we compare those two on the question on the warm-up, what's similar is if you look at them, the shadows in the same spot, right? Both the moon and the sphere are basically in the same phase. Okay, next question. Why do you think the appearance of the moon and the stone sphere is similar in this way. So why are they in the same phase? Braden?
Because of the way the sun is shining on them.
Yeah, the sun is shining on them at the same angle. Right. So they are in the same phase, and the reason the sun is in them at the same angle. Questions on the warm-up? All right. Now, when we look at the next tab, that's where you're going to have to go to Google Classroom and open up the YouTube thing. All right, because the thing is try to model as many of the phases that you can in using your sphere, but we'll use the YouTube link that I put on Google Classroom. So go to Google Classroom and should be a link there. Get to the right class. All right, it's the one that says Phases of the Moon, replacing the hands-on project.
Many people think the phases of the moon are caused by the Earth's shadow. It's one of the biggest misconceptions in astronomy. I'm going to show you how it really works. The phases of the moon are caused by the orbit of the moon around the Earth and its position relative to the person looking at it. The full moon actually occurs when it's on the opposite side of the Earth to the sun. Our light's going to be the sun, I'm going to be the Earth, and here we've got the moon. So in this position here, we have a new moon. So I move around this way, you'll see a crescent forming, and we get half moon. All the way around here, you can actually now see a full moon, and you can see that actually the moon is on the opposite side of the Earth to the sun. So you move around and see now we have half moon, getting all the way back to the start, we have a new moon. The moon stabilizes our climate. Without it there, the Earth would wobble along on its axis, causing unpredictable seasons and large variations of temperature. But the moon helps to stop this wobble. It stabilizes it, giving us predictable seasons and smaller temperature variations on the surface of the planet. In fact, it's believed without the moon, life couldn't have evolved on Earth in the way it has. The moon causes the tides on Earth, and these can be thought of as bulges of water on its surface. Now, these bulges are actually transferring energy from the Earth to the moon. So the Earth is slowing down, and the moon is actually speeding up. And this causes its orbit to increase at about an inch a year. So over your lifetime, the moon is actually getting about your height further away from the Earth. Now, given long enough, the moon could eventually just drift off into space. But this is so far in the future, humanity as we know it won't be around to see it.
Okay. Hey, any comments on that? You're all unmuted, so. Nothing? Okay. Go back to the Amplify lesson. Reshare. And again, you should be working on this as we're doing it. Okay, so first question there on that second tab. Record your evidence about the moon's appearance changing because the Earth casts a shadow on the moon. Who can answer that one for us? I think you can control your own sound right now, can't you? Caden? You can't control your own sound? All right, Caden?
The Earth does not cast a shadow on the moon.
Okay. Why? Right. Now, there are times that the Earth does cast a shadow on the moon, but that's called an eclipse, right? It's not the phases of the moon, right? Danny, we're working on 2.2, okay? All right, and then the second part here, record your evidence about moon's appearance changing because the position of the moon changes. So from that little video thing, what evidence about the moon's appearance changes because the position of the moon changes? What'd you see in that little video? Come on, don't be shy. Evan, what'd you see? Did the moon's appearance change when it moved around?
Yes.
Okay.
You're cutting out a lot on me, so I can't really understand what you're saying.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we could see that the moon went through its phase changes as we changed its positions. And not once as it rotated around that person did, you know, the shadow of that person hit it, right? He wasn't eclipsing the moon, right? It was just the moon's position. All right, next tab. Make sure that's done. Next tab is, we're looking at investigation questions. Claim 1, the moon's appearance changes because the Earth casts a shadow on the moon. Or claim 2, the moon's appearance changes because the position of the moon changes. And then phases of the moon. That's the same article, isn't it? All right. So, does anybody think claim 1 is right? Does the moon change phases because the Earth casts a shadow on it?
No.
No, right? Can we safely assure that we all know that claim 2 is correct? All right, yes, claim 2 is correct. So let's move on. Okay, choose a claim. Hopefully you are choosing the one we just talked about. Why does its appearance change? Is it claim 1 or claim 2? And then write down any evidence that supports that claim. So, I mean, you could write down the same evidence we just gained from that video. Questions on that? Are we okay to move on? So if I look at the poll, %, but only 9 of you voted. Okay, so hopefully maybe it's my system. I'm going to trust you that you actually voted, right? You already clicked on something. Don't let me down. All right, homework tab. Reading, meet a scientist who studies the Earth's early solar system. All right, today's lesson, you'll use evidence to figure out why the moon's appearance from Earth changes. to learn about a scientist who uses evidence to figure out how the moon came to be. Read and annotate. Meet a scientist who studies the early solar system. All right, 5 annotations. And what, 2 questions? Okay, I'm gonna unmute y'all if you have any questions here. And I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Okay, as you are catching up or getting that done, let me just make sure that everyone is on track. Is Kason not with us?
He said he had bad internet.
Oh, okay.
He always has better.
Let's see. All right. So it looks like you did pretty good with that. So just make sure you get that homework tab done with your 5 annotations. All right. We are going to move on. Go to the Google Classroom. And there underneath lab worksheets, something called moonrise, moonset, and phase change. You want me to share my screen or can you find it? You're looking for moonrise, moonset? Yes? Good? Okay. Okay, open that up. And Eli discovered that you weren't able to edit it, but I think he figured it out. But I put a different copy on it, so you should be able to type on it now to change it, you know, write down answers.
So I sent mine in a Google Doc. Does that work?
You're fine.
All right.
Okay, so the first question there is, what is the last day and the approximate time that you saw the moon? Well, did you look at the supermoon last night? Kaden, you're disappointing me. Nice, so it was big and bright and full. If you didn't look at it, then just fill that in when you did. And then at the space to the right, insert an image of the moon that's similar to the one that you viewed. So if you can search, Google search for a full moon, or if that's where you looked at it or you saw a crescent, just insert that image. Am I going too fast for you or we're okay? Okay. Okay, and then I think, Taylor, I don't know, was it you that asked about moonrise and moonset? Or yesterday? Nevia, was that you? No? Danny? If the moon rose at the same time every day? Okay. So the second question there is, does the moon always rise and set at the same time? Yes or no? No, it does not. All right, on Google Classroom, it's going to direct you to Explore Learning, so you can open up the gizmo. So I think it's under Link to Explore Learning if you haven't gone there yet. It looks like most of you are in, except for maybe 3 of you. I have Eli, Caden, Braden, Danny, Hayden, Grant, Landon, Ethan, Nevia, Taylor, Trey, Evan, and Sam, I have you twice.
On what?
Explore learning. Hey, Sam, do you want me to delete one of those two? You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Keep the 7, 8, 9.
Keep the one with 7, 8, 9 and get rid of the other one. Evan, you're already in. You've been there once. It's Pancake 18. Explore learning. There's a link on Google Classroom, Evan. You want me to share my screen so you can figure it? Doing it. So right there under links to resources and accounts is link to Explore Learning. So you can click on that, and you've already done it once, so it should bring you to the Explore Learning page.
I know where we're at. It just says your name is Davey Richards, which I have no idea who that is.
That's me. I'm Davey Richards. I use this. See, they give like trials of this thing. So I can use my same email address, but then I found out that I can't use my same name all the time. So sometimes I'm, Mr. Richards, and sometimes I'm Barry Richards, and sometimes I'm David Richards, and sometimes I'm Davey Richards. So I just have to keep changing it. Right now, because of the COVID-19 thing, they're allowing all teachers to use it for free. So, okay, everybody get to Explore Learning. I didn't. Okay, so you're gonna see that moonrise, moonset, and phases, and you just need to click the button that says launch. And then if you look at your lab sheet again, it says the moon is not always in the same position in the sky at a given time. Sometimes the moon rises in the early evening, sometimes in the middle of the night, and sometimes during the day. The moonrise, moonset, and phases gizmo allows you to determine how the moon phases are related to the timing of moonrise and moonset. Okay, so it says to begin, turn on show horizon. So down here, little click button to show horizon. The gizmo shows Earth, the moon, and an observer on Earth. The sun is located far away to the right of the Earth. The long white line is the horizon. Click play. Look at the view of the moon from the Earth, and what do you see? So on that setting, play button. And in the right screen, you're seeing the phases of the moon. So that lab is gonna, it's gonna run you through, direction by direction of what to do. Let me stop sharing.
What's my password and username?
I'm muted. I don't have you listed, Corbin. Did you register?
I think I have.
Because you're not on my list in Earth Science. I think you're the only one that I'm missing. Did you figure it out? Okay. So while I have you, I was gonna a couple minutes early, I'm gonna let some of you go, but who's Blue-Eyed Jack on the Quizlet? That's Sam. All right. Blue-Eyed is Sam. And who's Gus 232? Somebody? Eli? And Snickers? Snickers is Danny. Okay, and was that it? Oh, and Sniper. Oh, you have a what? Okay, sorry, Danny, what?
For the question, for the time question, the sunset question,
Yeah.
do you want that in Omi time, or do you want it?
Either or. If it's regular, just put AM or PM.
I also have another question.
Okay.
Is
Are you Snickers?
diabetes?
Are you Snickers?
Yes.
Okay.
Vocab word.
I couldn't hear you.
Is diagram one of the vocab words?
Diagram, one of the vocab words for chapter 2?
Yeah.
Let's see. Is diagram one of the vocab words for chapter 2? Chapter 2 vocab words. No, it's only 5 words. Here, let me show them to you. Oh my gosh. Here. Okay, it's those 5. Illuminate, moon, moon phase, orbit, and sun. Okay. All right. I'd like you to get that Explore Learning Lab done before, I think it's April 14th. Reach out if you have any questions. Who's Sniper?
Trey.
Trey is Sniper. Okay. Don't forget, if you haven't submitted your mystery class has to be in sometime today, because I have to submit it to the Journey North by before 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So just make sure I have it in before you call it a night if you haven't got it submitted. Okay. So unless your name is Grant, Evan, Corbin, or Ethan, you may sign out. But if your name is Grant, Kaysen, Evan, or Corbin, then stay on for a second. Okay, just a couple things. I'm missing the game from those you 4. Evan? Let me unmute.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah, you should be able to live link it now. And use
Okay.
Hey, Grant.
I thought I sent it to you. Is there a place where we're supposed to turn it on Classroom and
No, last time I looked, you hadn't played. Or you?
the one where you shoot at the asteroids?
Yeah. Did
I played that.
Did you ever answer any questions?
No.
Okay. So I don't get any results unless you answer at least one question.
Okay.
So make sure you like that little light bulb that comes up. Click on that and answer one question, and then I can see it. Okay, Ethan.
I answered the questions and I sent you an email of like my score and stuff.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Screenshot on it? Okay. I'll check again. Corbin, you're good? All right. And then let's see. Make sure the discussing annotations 2.1. Corbin, you didn't submit that. Right? And Ethan and Evan, I don't think you had started that 2.1 annotations that we talked about yesterday.
I started it. I know that. I know it. I'm pretty sure.
But just look at Amplify and make sure you turned it in. That's probably where it's happening. Okay.
All right.
All right. That's it, you guys. Just get that stuff done and get the game. And I'll check on that game thing. But
Okay.
all right. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.